So I meant to do this a day or two ago, but I wasn't really feeling well, so I'm doing it now. Better late than never, right? Just call me the Liberty Tree because this is yesterday's news today. Remember the Liberty Tree, the newspaper from Grand Theft Auto 3 and Liberty City Stories? Their motto was yesterday's news today. Maybe I can make this a recurring segment or series on my channel and just call it that. Anyway, enough babbling. I have a lot to go through and I don't want to take up a whole lot of time here. All three of these topics are definitely worthy of their own video, but why not do it all at once? I mean, it works for the hockey guy, right? First off, the Bay Area expansion team. They finally revealed their name and logo and colors to complete the package. Say hello to the Golden State Valkyries, which is actually the name I was banking on when this team was first announced. I just think it's the perfect complement to the Warriors of the NBA, and though I really wouldn't have minded this team adopting the Warriors color scheme, I think the scheme they ended up with is really cool. It's this light purple lavender kind of color. Apparently it's called Valkyrie Violet, which, gotta admit, is a pretty badass name for a color. According to the team's new website, the logo features the Bay Bridge, symbolizing the connection between San Fran and Oakland, with the cables doubling as wings and the tower doubling as a sword. The 13 lines from the sword represent the 13th team in the league, and the wings split into 5 triangles to represent the 10 players. The outer shape is a V, obviously for Valkyries. It's a badass logo, badass colors, and Bay Area fans are apparently pretty enthusiastic. Apparently within the first couple of hours of this team being announced, 2,000 deposits were laid down for season tickets. On April 16th, the team surpassed 6,000 season ticket deposits, and as of this recording, that number is now 7,500. The team begins play in 2025, and I can't wait for it. And when 2025 is over with, we move on to 2026, when the new Toronto team begins play. Now, the league hasn't actually announced anything just yet, but the CBC is reporting that pending a vote from the Board of Governors and some other, legal crap that comes with expansion teams, we can expect an official announcement sometime later this month. As for their name, I really like the idea of something to complement the Raptors, but the problem is there aren't really any other dinosaur-centric names that are as cool or intimidating as the Raptors that, kind of rolls off the tongue, right? I did see the name Talons being thrown around, which sounds pretty badass, so hey, I guess that's the name I'm getting behind. Toronto Talons. I like it. Let's make it happen. So when last year's preseason game in Toronto sold out in record time, I just knew right then and there that a team in Toronto would be a fantastic move, but I got brought back down to earth when I was reminded that until the league sorts out their very well-documented travel issues, adding a team in a whole other country might not be the wisest move, at least not yet. However, given the very recent implementation of charter flights, that is a huge hurdle that is now lifted. There's still a tremendous amount of work to do, but having that big obstacle removed, hey, it's better than no progress at all, right? Now, charter flights, of course, are partially a result of the Caitlin Clark effect, which brings me to my final segment here. Caitlin Clark's first ever regular season WNBA game resulted in scoring 20 points on 5 for 15 shooting, 4 for 11 on three-pointers, 6 for 6 in free throws, and 10 turnovers. Not terrible numbers, although those turnovers were kind of a record for most in the debut game, and the remaining numbers were not exactly all-star numbers, but again, it's the first game, really nothing to panic about. She's playing for the worst team in the league, although at this point it's pretty clear that she's the best player on the worst team, but nevertheless, the Indiana Fever are only just beginning to, adjust, find their own rhythm, and incorporate Caitlin Clark into it. And Kelsey Mitchell didn't even start the game. And on top of that, they were playing the Connecticut Sun, easily the third best team in the league, maybe second best. A team with a core that's been playing together for several years now. And the only reason they don't have a title just yet is because of either Vegas or New York. Mostly Vegas. So basically, don't worry about it. The list of high turnover debuts has some pretty elite names on it anyway, and also something that was pointed out to me, Peyton Manning broke the rookie record for interceptions in his first year, and look at everything he's accomplished. Basically, Caitlin Clark is going to be fine, the Indiana Fever are going to be fine. This is the best time ever to be a women's basketball fan. Let's just turn our brains off for a couple of hours a night and just enjoy it, right? Well, that's about all I have for now. Maybe I'll make this whole yesterday's news today thing a regular thing. Maybe not. But whatever the hell it is I do next, I'll see you then.